All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into a concept you've probably heard a million times, karma. We're going to break down what our source material says about this powerful, ancient law of cause and effect.
So let's kick things off with a huge question, one that I think we all wrestle with from time to time. Is all this life just a bunch of random stuff happening, or is there something more going on under the surface? You know, according to our source material, the things that happen to us, they're not just random noise. They're the result of a long chain of cause and effect, what they call karma. So, what does that actually mean for us?
Okay, so to get our heads around this, here's the plan. We're going to start with what karma actually is, then get into this idea of karmic baggage, check out the 4 main ways to deal with it, look at the good and the bad of those paths, and wrap it all up with the ultimate goal.
All right, Section 1. Let's get right to it. What is karma anyway?
Okay, so the word karma literally just means action. That's it. But, and this is the big but, the whole principle is that every single thing you do kicks off a chain reaction, like a ripple in a pond. Good actions, they lead to good things. Negative actions, well, you get the picture. It's this fundamental, universal cycle of cause and effect.
Now, here's where things get super interesting. The Bhagavad Gita, one of the key texts on this, doesn't just lump all karma together in one big messy pile. Nope, it actually sorts it into 3 really distinct types. And a really cool way to think about this is to picture all your karma like luggage. Seriously, luggage that you're carrying with you, not just on this trip, but through different lifetimes.
So check this out. First, you've got sanchita. That's all of it. The total karmic baggage you've packed over every single past lifetime. It's like the giant storage unit of your karma. Then there's prarabdha. This is the specific suitcase you've chosen to unpack for this lifetime. It's the stuff you're meant to deal with right here, right now. And finally, kriyamana. That's the new stuff you're putting in your bags with every choice you make today. Wild, right?
Okay, so if we're all walking around with this karmic baggage, what are we supposed to do about it? Are we just stuck with it forever? Well, according to the ancient Upanishads, not at all. There's actually a toolkit.
See, these texts lay out 4 main paths, or yogas, that are basically frameworks for working through all this karma. And we're not just talking about downward dog here. These are entire ways of living, and each one is kind of tailored to a different type of person, a different personality.
So you've got bhakti, which is the path of devotion, really for the heart-centered person. Then there's karma yoga, the path of selfless service, perfect for the person who loves to do. You've got jnana, the path of knowledge and intellect for the deep thinkers. And finally, kriya, the path of meditation for those who seek answers by going inward.
But here's the thing. It's not as simple as just picking one and you're good to go. The source material is super clear that each path has its own, let's call them pitfalls. Little traps for the ego. Let's zoom in on the first 2, the more outward-facing paths, devotion and service. So, you take Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion. The upside, you can develop this incredible, laser-like focus by dedicating all your actions to something bigger than yourself. But the pitfall? Oh, it's a classic. It's that holier-than-thou attitude. The moment you start thinking your path is the only right way, you start judging others, and boom, you're actually creating more negative karma. Tricky, huh? It's a similar story with karma yoga, the path of service. Doing good for others without expecting anything back, that is a fantastic way to burn through karma. But there's a catch. You can get addicted to the feeling of being a good person. The minute your ego gets involved and starts patting itself on the back for being so helpful, the action isn't truly selfless anymore. The self is right back in the driver's seat.
So where's all this heading? What's the endgame? According to the non-dualist, or Advaita view, it's not just about managing your karma better. It's about getting out of the game completely.
And this is where the other 2 paths, jnana and kriya, come in. The paths of knowledge and meditation aren't just about doing better actions in the world. They're about understanding your fundamental nature. The goal is what's called self-realization, a state so profound it just dissolves all 3 kinds of karma. Poof, gone.
And there's this really beautiful way of explaining it. Picture your true awareness, your consciousness, as the sky. It's always there, vast and unchanging. Now, your thoughts, your feelings, your ego, they're just clouds passing by. They drift in, they drift out, but they aren't the sky. They aren't you.
And this is so key.
It's not about just thinking this is true. It has to be an experience. When you truly deeply realize in your bones that you are not your body, you are not your mind, that's when the link to the whole karmic cycle just dissolves. There's nothing for the karma to stick to anymore.
Okay, so let's pull this all together. What are the big takeaways? First, karma is a law of action and consequence. Simple as that. Second, we're all carrying this karmic baggage from the past, dealing with some of it now and packing more for the future. Third, there are these amazing structured paths, devotion, service, knowledge, meditation, to help us navigate it. And finally, all these different paths, they all come from the same source, the same deep well of wisdom.
And that really leaves us with one final thought, which is less of an answer and more of a question for you. Knowing what you know now about these different approaches, which path resonates with you? The source material makes it clear there's no right or wrong answer, just your own unique journey to explore.